Hey Girl Scout, what's shakin'? How have you been? I personally have had a fun 24 hours dealing with lots of hate comments because someone from TikTok was not happy with the videos I've made addressing why I think the things they say are irresponsible and harmful. I wasn't even going to bother addressing this, but she seems to not be able to let this go, and I'd like to shed some light on things. I want to start by saying, do not go and send her hate. Her followers have been saying things about my looks and sending death threats and all of these things that are honestly embarrassing, and I'd like to believe that on this channel, we're not only kind when it suits us and rather respond critically to things. So no, if you say something that has nothing to do with critiquing the things she's saying, I don't support you. So let's talk about this, set the record straight, and talk about why the things she says aren't lining up. I thought I would start with the main thing she seems to want to get across, as this was the word all of her followers parroted to me. She thinks I'm a bully. First of all, I'm not bullying her for having a mental illness or disorder. Saying that when she watched my videos through and knows what my message stands for is not cool. She said in her response video to me that a lot of the things I'm saying in my videos are true, particularly about faking and making a disorder an identity or making it seem cool. But then when it comes to her calling out the things I believe she does that reflects this, then all of a sudden it's bullying? Why do the things I'm saying not apply to her? If she's saying things that can be interpreted as any of those things and I'm critiquing that, that's not bullying. That's me providing insight as to why I think the things she's saying are harmful. I'm explaining my point of view, because it's not fair and doesn't help anyone if I just make fun of her or tell people not to listen to her without explaining why. If she wants to talk bullying, let's talk about her followers, who came onto my socials blasting me with comments not critiquing what I had to say, but instead talking about my body, which I've been open about having eating disorders and body image issues in the past on my channel, threatening to dox me and put my picture and location up advertising me as a prostitute, telling me I'm ugly, hoping I die, and making derogatory ad hominem attacks rather than on the content I'm making. She didn't say any of this herself, okay? She just put up who I am, how to contact me, and a vague statement about her distaste of the videos because they upset her, and left her followers with the tools they needed to come after me on her behalf so she can take the responsibility off of her. If her followers are all people who think that saying this stuff is okay, who call me a bully and then tell me why I have the ugliest body they've ever seen and hope I get run over by a car in the same sentence, and who harass my friends when they have nothing to do with my content, then I'm gonna take a leap here and say she must be spreading more toxicity than she believes she is. She can't act like she has no influence on her followers and message me saying she knows I'm getting a lot of hate and she's trying to stop it when she was the one who first instigated them coming after me. And if she thinks she's innocent, then I refer her to the conversation I had with a family friend of hers of whom she made a public TikTok about.
Are you anxious now? Oh well. Okay. Here we go.
To add to the drama, I read this comment, right? And I was like, you know, some of them words feel a little like I know them a little bit, right? And at first I was like, nah, this is a troll. But then I remembered something. Yeah? So hi.
Hello.
I'm glad that I helped out when your dad had COVID, and I'm glad that I was stood up for you when your dad was trying to beat your ass. But you're right, I'm annoying. Oh, also you don't remember my diagnosis that your parents wanted to go to the hospital to come see me when I tried to. And then because you were in psychology, when I was at Rocio's house and you wanted to ask me questions about it and be like, can I ask you questions because I'm in psychology, blah, blah, blah. But you don't remember my diagnosis or everyone talking about it at the table. But again, go off. Go off. There's reasons why I don't talk to your family anymore. So go ahead, say what you want. I'm glad that you're studying to be a psychologist though and talking shit about someone who has DID that you know damn well I have DID and everything else I've stated. Because you are a family friend, and your parents know about it too, but I do know you have a lot going on with your family right now, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yikes. So, I'm just responding to her. However, she really should work on her reading literacy, because I did not say I don't remember it. I said that she's full of it. Also, now you'll see in my response, but I don't think it's alright to use my history of abuse as a leverage point. And I guess that should be it. I'm just saving this in case she decides to delete it later.
They made a vague comment on my video about knowing her, and once she did some digging to find out who they were, then made this TikTok showing their social media accounts for her followers to see, talking about their private life, including abuse and trauma that they've never publicly talked about before, just to say, look how good of a person I am since I helped people with issues before. Made it easy for her followers to send hate to them despite them having no public platform, and going off of a comment revealing no personal information on her that hasn't already been said on her own TikTok. Because yes, using someone else's private struggles to boost your own sense of morality is totally kind and sweet. Just because she shares her life online doesn't mean everyone wants to share theirs. And for her to make that choice for this person is unacceptable. They gave me permission to share this because they want her followers to stop bowing down to her and thinking she can do no evil. I'm proud of the way they stood up to her. They told me that the hate her platform's throwing at them isn't going to tear them down, which is awesome because they seem like such a kind person. And I sincerely hope she doesn't go around exposing private things people have said to her in confidence in the future for her own monetary gain. That doesn't sound like the person she tries to portray herself online as, and if her followers think that me commenting on things she posts for everyone to see is not okay, then I sure hope that they are consistent in their beliefs and see how negative this type of behavior is. And for the record, I would never use someone's private life as leverage to make my points more valid, because that's not acting out of a good place. That's acting selfishly and for your own benefit. And raising awareness for mental health should never be about yourself.
You have this little redhead. Is this supposed to be you? Because normally, what I've learned so far is people who have pictures like this, it's normally because they don't feel very confident in what they look like. So I do hope that one day you love yourself enough to maybe put your own picture up, or you realize your own self-worth so that you don't have to be bringing other people down, because right now you're just a bully.
The fact that she says I must not like myself and that's why I make these videos is incorrect. For the record, I make these videos because I don't hate myself after years of treatment and dealing with my mental illnesses and working on them, living the most authentic life I can despite them. I do it to give a voice to people who have been harassed for not having symptoms that match what all these TikTokers say is normal, people who are harassed for asking questions when they don't agree or understand, and people who are tired of these people going on social media and making light of the disorders when they know that there's a trend of fakers out there who will latch on to anything that sounds good and copy it. I get it, because not every day with a disorder is bad, but when you know you have a large audience and there's a high chance of fakers watching you, you have a responsibility to make sure your content is really well thought out. Because if she's anything like me, she wouldn't feel very good if someone took what she was saying and it ended up harming them. Even if it's their choice, I think she would feel guilty because I do think she cares about her audience. We're passionate about our platforms and we want what's best for our audiences. And if she wouldn't feel badly if that situation occurred, then I suggest that she's honest with her audience and tell them that her intentions for making TikTok videos aren't to educate and are for her own personal and monetary gain instead. None of the videos that I use of hers are out of context, as I don't cut up the videos and I watch the TikTok in full for the whole picture. I wish she would extend the same courtesy to me, as she skips over a lot of my video and points that I make in that video. The wording, subject matter, and tone of each TikTok is in the control of the TikToker, and in my videos I critique what I get from those videos. She admits that she knew some of her videos that I commentated on would get her in trouble with the wording she used, but she still chose to upload them. So she shouldn't be upset if someone calls them out.
I knew that using the word cool was going to get me in trouble. I knew it. But I think that part's cool. That's like the one cool thing I think is cool about DID. Shouldn't have used cool.
A word of advice, make sure you're 100% okay with what you're going to be posting before posting it, because saying you knew people would get your point wrong and still posting it is on you. I've been accused of taking things out of context or making assumptions, all the while she's the one who claims I don't show my face in every video because I'm insecure. Even though it's because I script my videos and it flows best in this format and it's easier to edit since I'm a beginner. I've also shown my face before in other videos, so I'm neither insecure nor hiding who I am. Anyone who watches commentary knows that a lot of commentary YouTubers do this style of commentary, where they have video games in the background and they speak over it. I've also been accused of deleting all of my TikToks or changing my social media names, and I'd like to address this as well. To be clear, I have never posted a TikTok before, and my TikTok name and Instagram name have been the same since rebranding my channel months ago. I've never deleted content off of TikTok or YouTube because of being harassed by anyone, and yet in her comments when people talk about how I've deleted all my content off TikTok and changed my social handles, she doesn't say a word. This doesn't make sense to me that she has not corrected her audience because she has found my accounts prior to making the TikToks about me and would have seen this. The danger is she's telling people not to bother watching my videos because she does it all for them, despite not playing all the video through, as though she has the ability to think on behalf of all of them instead of allowing them to critically assess the info I'm providing them. Speaking emotionally and impulsively means that she's mixing facts and feelings but presenting that all as fact. which is misleading and harmful. That's why I've kept silent until I made this video. Not because I'm scared, as so many of her followers think, but because I only want facts. To her commenters. Commenting terrible things on YouTube comments or posting links, hashtags, or even accidentally not separating your period from the beginning of your next sentence, YouTube will flag that comment and not post it. So if your comment was flagged, that means YouTube didn't see it as suitable. That's not my fault. I will, however, admit I've been deleting the comments on my Instagram where her followers body shame me and say disgusting things, tell me to die, whatever the case may be, because I don't think that I have to be subject to that abuse on an account that isn't really related to my channel. If her followers are mad about that, then they should also be angry that she's admitted to deleting comments herself. That's a hypocritical stance to take. She takes my jokes out of context and acts like they're directed at her when I'm just using what she said and making up a scenario around it to show people why I'm disagreeing with her. I do this in a joking, hyperbolic way because people don't want to be lectured. They'll absorb the information if they see it caricatured and understand the absurdity of being viewed like this, which is a huge deterrent to stop people from faking. And that's what I want. I want people to sit and think about their actions and maybe hesitate before they take videos out of context and use it to fake a disorder in a potentially dangerous or harmful way. Because intentionally or not, these TikTokers are glamorizing these disorders in these videos by making it seem fun and quirky. And if I'm getting the messages I'm getting from these videos, chances are some kid watching is hearing the same things as me, and that could be an extremely dangerous miscommunication to put out there. I don't think these TikTokers are even intentionally doing this most of the time, but imagine if some kid heard this TikToker talking about the drinking and switching and how cool it is that she feels sober, and they're uneducated on alcohol or DID, so they take it that they can just switch and be perfectly okay to drive. It's maybe not the message that was intended, but that's what I and many others heard. And now, Miss G, I'm talking to you. I didn't respond to your DMs, but I'm responding now. You messaged me asking to take the videos down and saying you'll do the same and that if I'm afraid of the hate we could address that we've resolved it so no one would come after me anymore. But you're missing the whole point if you think I'm gonna delete my videos. I don't care if your followers come throw hate at me. It says more about them coming over and asking me to kill myself than anything I post says about me. I'm allowed to critique whatever I want that's shared online, as are you. I say what message I receive from your videos and many people agree with me. Again, I didn't edit these TikToks, so everyone is watching what I'm watching. And maybe some people don't see it my way, and that's okay. But I'm not going to go off ranting in hundreds of TikToks complaining when someone disagrees with me. I'm glad you're explaining yourself in some clarifying TikToks, even if it's at my expense. Because anyone who's watching my videos knows the goal of this series is to raise awareness of the struggle of mental illness, to stop people from glamorizing and idealizing disorders, and to try and end this trend of making light of your illness on social media when they're full of impressionable young kids wanting to form an identity off of something that seems interesting. I don't want you to take your videos down if it means you're going to clarify things that your other videos may have miscommunicated. My comments are full of people's mental health stories, and they express so much distaste for the people who misrepresent their illnesses by making them seem like cute personality quirks. They're quick to let me know if I get info wrong, like when I called Tourette's mental instead of neurological, and I will always be sure to mention it in videos as well for clarification, because my goal is to help. As a creator, especially one who wants to raise awareness, you need to take responsibility for the things you share with your audience. If you know the people on your page are likely faking, but you're giving them reasons to think having a particular disorder is fun, then you're not doing your job right. I'm not taking my videos down. I'm not engaging with you anymore because this video has said everything I need to say and it's done. I know no matter how many of your followers come at me saying things that they should be ashamed of, I stand by trying my best to stop this trend of fakers by calling people who inadvertently encourage it out. When you know your intentions are good and you work hard to help those without a voice, the people who try and bring you down can't, because your cause matters more than their opinions of you. The people I help, the people I love and who support me, know my intentions. So some teenage kid talking graphically about me or thinking I'm in this to hurt people can do so and waste their time. I will continue critiquing whatever videos on the internet I want, because as long as they're online, that's allowed. And I will stick to pointing out my interpretation of what's said and never using someone's private life to my advantage to further my voice or points. I will never sell vulnerable, underage kids sketchy, unregulated supplements for a sponsorship. I will never post something if I have doubts of the content, and I will continue learning so I can make my content as educational as possible. Just a quick update from Grace in the future. She ended up deleting all of her TikToks on this after I didn't respond in one day, uploading a new one making more assumptions about me in the process.
I've decided to take down the videos. It didn't feel right. I am not that person. Morally, I felt like a bully back, especially because people then started commenting mean things. She had to turn off her comments. Like, obviously she's being affected to some extent. What she decides to do from there is up to her. It's her life. It's her page. I asked her to take down the videos. I told her how we could
go about it so both of us don't receive hate. She doesn't want to respond to that. So obviously she has no intent on trying to fix the problem. So I'm going to fix it for myself, and I'm going to stop being even remotely close to being a part of this situation, because I don't feel good about the videos I created. Whether even all the comments where people were like, this is how you deal with a bully, blah, blah, blah. I'm reading those comments and I still don't feel morally correct about the video I created, right? And at first I'm like, well, maybe that's because I'm a pushover or something. No, it's not that. It's that I don't like being mean back. I don't like being mean to people. I don't like hurting people's feelings. I don't like knowing that I could have had anything to do with the reason why someone might not feel their absolute best that day. I am not that person, and I can't do it. I can't feel morally correct about those videos because they're not. They're not good for me. They're not good for the people who see them. I can't do it. So I've taken them down. I might keep up my YouTube video because I do feel there's educational parts in it, but at the same time, there's parts that I also don't feel morally correct about. So I don't know how long that video will be up. I don't know how long this video will be up for either, but I did feel like people deserved an explanation to why I took it down, so that then they're not going to come back and be like, I don't know. I felt better telling the truth and the absolute truth. Part 2 of this is also that I know I'm not lying, right? Like, I would understand being upset if there was lies to my videos, but the truth is that there is no lies to my videos. I am not lying about having DID because I have DID. I have been told I have DID by so many professionals at this point and I've been tested for it. My parents know, my family knows. Everyone knows I am not lying. I've had to tell all of my bosses. I've had to tell all of my not all of my clients, some of my clients. I've had to tell a lot of my coworkers, like, I am not lying. So I don't need to let those things affect me in any way. If I really wanted to, I can get all the information that I want and get those videos taken down because, again, I'm not lying and now she is making up lies about me, right? I could do that, but that's also not going to make me feel good because I know that her creating those videos brings her some type of something that she's needing in this time of her healing stage. So I'm fine. Those videos were up for 2 months before I even made this video, and all I had to do was delete comments. So fuck it. I can delete comments. I'm fine as long as I'm happy with myself. And now I am.
As I said in the video, I took my time to respond because I don't feel like an emotionally fueled response is the way to go. I did not turn off my comments, another made-up narrative she mentions, and I know she has been creeping both my socials and my stories during this time to see if I would say something about her or acknowledge her to some extent. So for her to say she doesn't care or she's fine doesn't seem truthful, but she is only wasting her own energy obsessing over this. She says she felt bad about the things she said, but the damage has been done and deleting the content, pretending it never happened, does not erase it from people's minds. I will not forget what you did to your family friend, I will not forget the comments your fanbase left me, and I still stand by my decision to leave my video here for you to make your own judgments. Anyways, back to the outro. For those of you who already follow me or who are listening to this and believe in this cause, I just wanted to give you a heads up that I'll soon be posting a giant master list of resources on my Discord, so stay tuned for that. We've been working on this for literal months and I want it all to be thorough and perfect for you. And I think that's it. Hope you all have an amazing day and I shall see you all in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Thanks for watching.